What's up, everybody? How are you? I'm gonna to the mount right here, and looking forward to hanging out with you today. Thank you so much for waiting, for being here, for hanging out. We're in an incredible place, and I'm gonna tell you all about it here in just a minute. So, wait one, 10-4. All right. How are you guys doing today? Everybody doing well? Vicky Vale, you want the good news? I want the good news too. We're not quite there. I do have an update for you. So I do have additional information, and I'll talk to you about that. I'm doing very well. Thank you. I'm doing great. It's just a little bright. I'm going to throw the shades on, folks. With some great people. I'm doing really well. I'm safe. And, I'm just up here taking care of a few things today. I wanted to go live to talk to you guys just to give you an idea of what's happening and what types of developments have been made so far. And I want to hear from you guys about what you think might be happening. I've been reading your emails. I just came here, got some cell service. I've been reading some emails in a beautiful public place here. And, on those emails, I've heard a few things about who might have called the police about my truck. I heard about somebody who might have done that. I heard there was something overheard on a Discord channel about that. So maybe you guys can do some additional information and pass that on to me. It would be super helpful, right? Only problem with these glasses is, you know what I mean? I can't read that chat. So I got to take them off a little bit. It's great to see you guys too. Thank you. Thank you for holding it down. We're going to hold it down right here. I think what happened was awful, right? Disgusting and horrible. Certainly a Fourth Amendment violation. Fourth Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America protects against illegal searches and seizures. And it's so important, Patriots, that you stand up for your constitutional rights in a peaceful and nonviolent way, right? You can use your words, you can use music, you can use a guitar, right, to stand up. People are coming. I've heard from some motorcycles. So I know that some folks who ride motorcycles might come down into DC, and I think they're pretty frustrated about what's happened to that truck that they stood guard over, that coffin flag, that funeral flag of that Marine, Corporal Porter, who owned that truck, who they stood guard over 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And now they found out what happened to that truck, and those boys are frustrated. Those boys are hot about it, and I think that it's so important that when you're in a position of charge, especially in a public role, in a leadership role, you need to think about the potential impact of your decisions, right? And who might become frustrated and who might, acquiesce. And a lot of people sure are frustrated. Right? And so what we need now is we need every American to come to the mall in DC. We need every single American. And if you don't come out, if you maybe are afraid, oh, look what they did to X-ray, well, hey, yeah, there's nothing to stop corrupt police from just making something up and trying to put pressure on someone, right? If you think back and if you watch the channel, I have video of police officers stealing a truck, doing a hit and run on at least one vehicle. I have 20 police officers ignoring a woman requesting medical attention. I have videos of police officers parking in crosswalks and in front of fire hydrants and refusing to move upon request, right? Videos of flagrant uniform violations where someone took scissors and cut off the bottom of their pants. And then I have another officer, that sergeant, right, on video, refusing to provide any assistance to a citizen and refusing to take a report of a crime, and then, right, responding in an inappropriate way. So all that's there. I think the police are pretty frustrated about that, and I think that's why they're trying to blackball me so hard. I'm also being so successful in this Patriot movement, getting us out there, getting us to DC, and even though I say I'm peaceful and I'm nonviolent, and I certainly do not have weapons. I do not want to overthrow the government. I do not want to take any buildings. I do not want to take any prisoners. I am peaceful and nonviolent. I want to use my words for policy change. Even though that's what I've said in every single video, they seem to not believe that. They really want to blackball me hard. And all I can come to think is just that they must be upset with me for showing how bad they are at their jobs. And I don't want to antagonize anybody, right? I don't want to push things farther, but I mean, we have video of this. There's absolutely going to be a civil lawsuit that comes out of this, without question. They're at least going to have to pay somebody tens of thousands of dollars to answer to my attorney. And I don't think they're used to that. Speaking of which, I had a meeting with my attorney this morning at 9 o'clock. I have retained an attorney, and it is the same firm that Santa is working with. So we're gonna have really good representation. The attorney's he had some comments, and we're not going to talk about what I talked about with him, but he will be looking into, right, and addressing the issue with the truck, finding out what the investigation is, finding out if they had permission, right, to pull the truck, or if they just did it. And then we have video now of a white shirt police officer before the 30 officers showed up with the dog and everything. A white shirt walks up, looks, bends down behind my truck, crouches down, and then gets up and walks away. And then after that is when everybody came in. So I'm not saying that he planted something, but I have video that makes it appear that he might have maybe sprayed something out of a squirt bottle or an aerosol bottle, or perhaps wiped a hand, that had something on it there to, at least get the dog to do something. Because I do not have any drugs. I do not have any weapons. I do not have any explosives. I don't know what else dogs are trained to sniff for. I know there's seizure dogs and cancer dogs, but my truck doesn't have cancer and it wasn't having a seizure. And whoever called the police just came up and took the truck, whatever the accusation. If I was swatted, right? If it wasn't retaliation, perhaps I was swatted, and that provides an opportunity for that retaliation, right? Let's say that happened. Well, what if they called and said my truck was on fire? Would they come in, break into my truck, tow it, squirt water all on the inside, and then be like, oh wait, it wasn't on fire? So if they get some ridiculous comment or complaint from an Antifa person or somebody that I've dismissed from the movement and that I won't associate with, or right, some other bad person, whatever, bad actor, why would you just come and take my vehicle? Why wouldn't you just call me and be like, hey, we have your number, we just wanted to talk to you, we had this report? They also had 3 individuals who knew right exactly where we were, and we were live streaming with 22,000 people. So it wouldn't have been very difficult to just have a respectful, conversation in the English language, which would have been preferable. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you.
Nice. So that's just a point that I wanted to make. I want to make it respectfully, but it does need to be out there to all of you. You know what I mean? It does. How are you, sir? It does need to be out there to all of you. I'm all right. So you patriots need to remember, stand up for your rights, stand up for your freedoms, do it in a respectful, peaceful, non-violent way. Use the verbiage, words to get your policy change. All right, let me check in with the chat. Sorry, guys, it's tough for me to see. Right? Oh, my streaming is going light and dark. Maybe I can move over here a little bit. Is this better? Sorry, it's still going light and dark, light and dark, light and dark, light and dark. Sorry, guys, I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's something to do with. There you go. We did it. We did it one way or another. We knew we were going to do that. All right. Is this brighter? Do you guys have me over here now? I think we can do it like this. Good. Who knows where I am right now? Does anybody know yet? Yes, that's the truck that the mom of the deceased Marine gave me. So while Shelly's on the ground with a broken arm after falling off the fire truck, and I've heard that there are videos that show that Santa's truck, when it was being stolen, did strike that fire truck, which is what she fell off of. I heard that that's very clear. As far as the video and light and everything goes, sorry, I suck. I'm doing my best. There are a lot of clouds. The clouds are moving over this area. We're in an open area. There are also a lot of trees around. So it's my camouflage. You know what I mean in the video. Sorry, guys. Just making it a little bit tricky for you. Black Wolf 10-4, Scott 10-4. Just want to shout out my firefighters and EMTs on the channel. Thank you guys so much. Really, really respect your service. You are the true public servants. You know what I mean? You don't take your power and try to just rape people's freedom the way that other folks do. Great job, firefighters and EMTs. We love you. Take off my hat if I'm being held captive. I'm not being held captive. I'm good to go. Right now, I'm a free man. Libertad. Right? Oh, there's a secret code. Hold on. Okay, good. Now you know the code. 600-700 people are like, are you okay? Are you all right? Yeah, guys, I'm good to go. Thank God. Everything is safe. Oh, hey, come and face it this way. How are you, ladies? Thanks. Yeah, I'm facing back over here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to stay positive. I'm with some wonderful people. I got to go out and do some really fun things yesterday, kind of take my mind off of stuff. I've been in contact with Santa, been in contact with Raptor, and been in touch with several other people who are associated with the good work that we're doing. So yeah, I'm doing good. I love you, man. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for all of your support. You have 3 full-time firefighters in your family? Oh my God. Awesome. Thank you so much for your family service. Thank you for all the personal risk that they've taken on themselves to come out and help their communities and here in the United States, right? I've got this freaking charger in my pocket. So whenever I gesture, you know, I'm hitting the thing and it's like spinning you guys all around. So I apologize for that. Again, all my live streaming equipment, the rest of my live streaming equipment was stolen by the police along with my clothing, right? Everything like that in the truck. But what are you gonna do? And hey, how are y'all? How's it going? We're facing back this way. Don't worry. Your privacy is protected, ladies. But they're very pretty ladies. You know, would have been good for the channel. It's too bad we missed them. All right, guys. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit better. God bless you. Yeah, I met with him this morning. Everything went very well, right? Happened at 9. So the truck was my vehicle. It is in my name. It's registered and insured legally. There's nothing illegal in the truck. No drugs, no guns, no explosives, right? None of that crap in there. Nothing. Camping stuff, right? And like the speaker system for the movement. So I took the Patriot speaker system so they couldn't call out and talk to the Patriots on the microphone there on the mall. So, yeah, good morning to you guys too. I'm doing great. Feels like I have the sun in my eyes, so I'm surprised that the lighting's not a little bit better. I apologize that y'all don't have the best. They're just going light, dark, light, dark. Maybe my phone needs to be upgraded here. But yeah, expenses are going to other things like staying safe. Not running from anything, but I am laying low until my attorney can put pressure on the DC police to try to find out why they took those actions, why they just took my truck. There was no warrant. There was no reason, no probable cause. And I think they know that I'm an outspoken person who's trying to stand up for freedom and that I'm respectful. And, you know, I train law enforcement officers and all kinds of groups back in the real world. I won't do it ever again after what's happened here. You know, they don't want me, and I don't want to be around them, frankly, after all this. But I have a wonderful attorney. The attorney is going to work for me. We're trying to get information, okay? And everything should be going real well. East, we have no idea where it is. We don't know where it was taken. Right after, you know, I got back with Bruce, I rode down there. You know, you guys were with us in the vehicle. We rode down to the police, and I told live share, and I said, hey, you know, my truck was just stolen. My truck was just towed, rather. I just wanted to talk to you about what I need to do to like get it back or where it is. And he goes, I don't know, man. I just got here. So yep. I've been calling. I'm gonna let my attorney do all of that. That's what we're paying him for, and he knows the processes and the people a little bit better than I do. So he's gonna be reaching out to them. He's gonna find out where it is. He's gonna find out what's going on, and he's gonna make sure I'm safe, and then we get the truck back as quickly and safely as possible. That's the plan there. Everything should be going really well. But we'll find out. In the meantime, I'm kind of laying low here until we can find out like what happened and why and was it legal and what we need to do to protect me so something like that doesn't happen again, right? They're trying to intimidate you guys at home into not coming out here by making you think that that's going to happen to you, and it won't. If you look at everybody else in the Patriot movement, right, who came out, all of the other Patriots, right, and everything's been peaceful and nonviolent. But when you have a group of Patriots who like train law enforcement and who are firefighters and EMTs, hey, Semper Fi, brother, right? If they come out, see, I'm in a place where the Marines go, so you know it's a good, safe place. All right, so we'll talk about it later. They're trying to scare you. They don't do this to anybody who's not a leader or an outspoken person. So if you just come and you join the movement and you're helping us stand tall, you have nothing to worry about, right? You're paying the parking meter. Heck, I had paid the parking. It's registered in my name. It's insured in my name. There's nothing illegal in the vehicle, right? Everything is legal. So who knows why that happened? And we're going to have other folks who have more education and access go ahead and take a look into that. And, we're going to come out here and we're going to show respect to some American heroes. That's actually what we're doing here today. And I know you don't know where I am yet, but I'm going to take you to an awesome place, and I'm going to talk to you about mobilizing for freedom in a safe, appropriate, respectful, and peaceful way. Peaceful and nonviolent way. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King got a lot done with some songs. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. got a lot done with words. And that's somebody who I'm looking to as an example for my role in this effort. Okay? That's somebody who I'm looking to as an example. I think the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did an incredible job accomplishing social domestic policy change using verbiage and discourse, right? So I always encourage you to be peaceful and nonviolent, but to always be firm in your resolve for freedom. Americans, always be firm in your resolve for freedom. Today, we're going to go look at an area of the country where some heroes, some real American heroes, gave up their lives to ensure your safety and your freedom. All right, we're gonna find out about some heroes today. Just before I leave, I'll tell you where we're at. Just before I leave, I'll tell you where we're at, and then I'll go dark again, and I'll go on to the next location, the next safe location. But again, there are no warrants out for me at all. I'm not wanted nationally or locally. I've had my attorney check as early as this morning. I had people checking late last night. We've run all different every database that we can get into. We checked out. So and nothing. So I'm not fugitive. I'm not running. I'm not wanted. I am laying low to dip, dive, dodge, duck, and dodge some of the BS that's coming my way. Frankly, I can do my job remotely there. Yeah, I motivate people on site, but what I really need to do is get you there now. And if after what you've seen happen to me and to Santa and Big D, who's still without freedom, you need to consider how much is too much, is enough. When are you willing to stand up? Right? Where are my other veterans, my brother and sister, OIF, OEF era veterans? I need you, veterans. You're being called to serve again. I've even had active duty military come up to me and say, how can we help you? Hey, when we're off duty, could we come out here and help with security? What can we do? So I've got active duty military coming out trying to support the movement. We also had a gentleman who used to work for NASA and now works for an unspecified government agency. He might be in your chat right now. He's been a friend of ours for some time. He came out. Another woman came out who retired out of DOD after 37 years. So highly credible individuals are coming to this movement. They're showing the support. We had Senator Ted Cruz, ride with the last iteration of the movement. So things are going very well. We're getting a lot of awareness and recognition from senior senators. Additionally, from folks who work at certain government agencies, at NASA, Department of Defense. So we're getting a lot of love. In addition to our firefighters who are out here joining us, the medics who are out here joining us, the teachers who are out here joining us, so you have good people who are out here. It's safe. Nothing happened to those people. You could feel safe coming down. You have very good people protecting you. Yes, the police are corrupt. Yes, the police can make up any rule at any time and violate your constitutional rights and just put you in a hole, put you in a cage, or put you in a hole. It could happen. But if we're there and we're peaceful and we're nonviolent and we're respectful and we use our words, I swear to you, we can do it together. We can accomplish this social, this domestic policy change here in the United States of America to limit the erosion of our freedoms. Because if you think about it, Americans, you're not half as free as your grandparents were. There's a tax, a fine, or a fee associated with everything. You want to go fishing? Permit, pay me. Pay me to go fishing. Oh, you want to go hunting? Pay me. But you can only hunt for a few days in a little area, you know what I mean, for a certain amount of time. Not for a season. That's what I'm saying. You want to upgrade your house, or you want to put, maybe a trailer or something on your house. It has to be within certain years. If you're 1 year outside of that, you better take your butt in, and you have to talk to the city councilman or to the county commissioners, and you have to go through a whole process and probably pay some fees to put something on your own land. If you want to build a shed or a building on rural property more than 10 by 10 in certain counties in Colorado, you have to pay permits. Even if there's no water, no electric, no sewer, nothing like that on the site. So nothing that you could go into, and it's all about money. We're all being shaken down to perpetuate the comfort of our elected and appointed officials who have proven to us that they care less and less and less and less about us and our freedoms year after year. If I'm wrong, argue it in the chat right now. If I'm wrong, put your argument in the chat. You tell me why I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. So for better or worse, this is what's happening. It's inappropriate and it's unacceptable. And that's why I need you to go to DC now. Free Big D. Convoy to DC. Big D is still behind bars. From what I heard, they're trying to flip him. This is what I heard from people who have visited him. They're trying to flip him against me and Santa to figure out what the plan is. Well, there's no plan. There's no bad thing that's going to happen. We're just going to come in, we're going to peacefully park, and we're going to pay the parking meter, and then we're going to wave American flags like you're at a family reunion. That's the plan. And again, Americans, you always have to be peaceful. You always have to be nonviolent. You have to use your words respectfully to try to get policy change when that's what you want. But always be respectful and peaceful. If you can't be respectful because of the way that they've chosen to disrespect you, hey, use the truth and record it, because the truth hurts. 1 second. 10-4. Really want to take my hat off and say thank you, man. Well, I wasn't looking at the chat. Did anybody say, like, take your hat off if you're whatever? Taking my hat off, showing respect to all of the Americans here who've been helping me out, who've been helping keep me safe. Thank you so much for helping keep me safe here. And, actually distracted. And I wish I was with everybody there on the mall right now. I wish I was with you. I'm so sorry that I'm not with you right now. I'm not able to be because of what's happened against me, the illegal action of DC Metro Police against me, even the Parks Police violated my constitutional rights. So lawsuits and conversations will certainly come out of this. I'm always available for discussion, right? I will always have a discussion with these groups. I will be there again. I am coming back to you. I need more people to come in, all right? Maybe I'm the distraction right now, and now it's safe for you guys to come in. But you have to leave now. Don't wait for the weekend. If we keep watching and nobody shows up, it's because you were afraid to show up. You. Not your neighbor, not Billy that you knew in high school, not some, truck driver that you've never met in your life who lives somewhere else who's trying to take care of his family, but you. You are to blame if we don't fill that mall before this weekend. You, personally, are to blame. And I understand and respect that people have disabilities that will allow them to be able to be away from the home or from a hospital environment. And I understand and respect that. I know that you've been involved in other ways. If you want to be involved in helping me pay to help the people who have kept me safe, I'm donating hundreds of dollars to them, money to them for keeping me safe and paying my fuel and helping me with food and things like that until I really access my accounts safely and things like that, right? So I need a little bit of help there. If you can help me, my Cash App is X-Ray Convoy, and my Venmo is X-Ray Convoy. And I need to take care of the Patriots who are taking care of me. It's certainly an inconvenience and an imposition on them. I'm not able to take any money out of YouTube. So if you've been sending super chats, thank you. I know there's some ads, but I can't figure out how to connect it. I just went on and it said get Google Ads. So I got the Google Ads, and then it says go on a computer and set up your account. Well, my computer was stolen. And so they're going through all the documents on my computer right now, reading it without a warrant, which is an illegal search and seizure. After they went through the truck, they didn't find anything they were looking for. They're like, oh, well, we found a bunch of electronics. You think they're not going to go through those and bug those? You think they're not going to bug my truck and put location trackers on it and audio recording devices on it? You think that's not going to happen? Come on, we're playing at a high level here, right? We're playing at a high level, folks. So let's just maintain an appropriate level of awareness. And let's always be peaceful, respectful, nonviolent, right? Only use your words like Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. if you want social policy change, domestic policy change. 1 second. No. Yeah, I will. So any funds that you're willing to donate for me to help the Patriots who are keeping me safe, please send those to Cash App or Venmo at X-Ray Convoy. If you want to donate to my legal defense, send it to the 1776 Restoration Movement. All right, send it over the same way you did with Santa. To send it to 1776 Restoration Movement. Santa has my back on this, and the movement is helping to cover the costs of the attorney, which is a tremendous point of assistance. Thank you. All right, I continue to support everyone on the team remotely. I'm speaking with Santa and Raptor and one or two other individuals who are out there. It's not safe for me to have a high volume of communication, but I need to communicate mission critical items. And I'm only online for just a little bit of time each day and in different locations. So I hope that makes sense. If there's anything that you can do to help me, that would be wonderful. I'm not able to withdraw anything from YouTube. I did see that people were very kind in supporting me with super chats and things like that, with the stickers and the financial assistance. I don't really know what it's called because I'm sort of new to this. Thank you. I can't access that though. All I can access is or excuse me, Cash App and Venmo. Cash App and Venmo, X-Ray Convoy. If you're willing to support these incredible patriots who have been protecting me, thank you guys. Thank all of you so much. Really appreciate you guys. Put those away. Yeah, thanks. All right, one of them just moved me, but it's all right. I think he's saying you're welcome, but I don't know. I won't tell you which one it is. And really good patriots. These are Christian patriots who are helping to protect me. Folks who live, in an area where I can be safe, and just really, really wonderful people. Um, they've fed me. They've given me a place to sleep. They've let me use their bathrooms. They've shared their equipment and resources with me. They've helped make me comfortable, right? And they've accepted me as part of their family. Maybe one arm's distance, But no, I'm just kidding. They brought me right in, and it's been just like family. And I just want to thank the families that have supported me. So, yeah, thank you. I love that flag. Yeah. The families who have been supporting me, I just want to thank all of them from the bottom of my heart. Because I need to continue to be engaged with this movement. I'm not going to be deterred. I'm not going to be stopped. If I'm impeded, it's only momentary. All right, this Marine will clear the obstacle. All right, I will clear the obstacle and I will push through it. I will stand with you on the mall. But in my absence, I need thousands of you. Why wouldn't you show up? Maybe I know some people have heard that, and somebody told me today, I heard of this really too much before today. I think I heard it mentioned maybe during one of the interviews I was giving, but I didn't know much about it regarding the Supreme Court right now and a pending effort an analysis that's just been made, right, related to the election. I don't know if that's true or not. Um, I heard that some patriots might be waiting to come out here because they think everything is cool and done. And I would just say I haven't heard any announcements yet. And if you think that maybe there's an announcement pending, if you come down to the mall and wave your American flag like you're at a family reunion, that's what we do at my family reunions. We have American flags everywhere because so many of us serve and have served country, sons and daughters of the American Revolution to today. We love our country very much. I'm here because of how much I love America and how much my family and my friends have sacrificed for America. Right, my 50 dead friends from my deployment in 2005. I stand for them peacefully and non-violently at all times. We're here peacefully, non-violently. No intention to overthrow the administration or the government. No intention at all. Every intention to respectfully demand better, better interactions with our elected and appointed officials. More appropriate policy alternative selections. Okay, our elected and appointed officials need to do better. No one should ever be violent against the government at any time. One, that's a fight you'll never win. If anybody's ever been in the military, you know that that's just, you're not going to beat Uncle Sam and Aunt Samantha with steel, right? It's hearts and it's minds and it's awareness. And when we see hundreds of families, right, thousands of people on the National Mall together, just waving American flags, not going into the Capitol building, not rushing the White House, right? No, absolutely not. Just hanging out on the mall, waving flags, maybe singing a patriotic song, a little bit of country music, whatever music you're into, right? Because you're free. Uh, that'd be awesome. You have a banjo, bring it. You got a fiddle, bring two. I would love to put a little bluegrass band together and just do a little picking and a grinning on the mall while we wave an American flag. That's all I want. I want like a family reunion that's peaceful on the mall, waving American flags. You can bring your Marine Corps flags. You better wave those. You know that I have a couple that I need to get back, frankly. That's right. Army, I hate to say it, but yeah. But the people who are keeping me safe are saying I better, right? So, hey, even the Army and the Air Force, all right, and the Navy, I love you guys too. I love you too. That's just a little inside, like, veteran joke. I have all the respect in the world for the Space Force and the Coast Guard and the Army and the Navy and the Air Force and, right, everybody who's serving. But I especially love my brother and sister Marines. What? Open your mouth. Ow! That's how it's pronounced. Good to go, Marines. You know that I love you out there, and I need you here now. As far as the motorcycle clubs come, the Leathernecks, you saw what happened to your truck, to Bobby's truck. You saw what happened to Bobby's casket flag that you signed. Are you okay with what's happened? Stand tall. Stand tall on the line for freedom. Support the citizens who have come out, veterans. Look at all the citizens who have come out following the truckers. The truckers came, and then the citizens en masse, right? So thousands of people have come out. Well, now is the time for every one of you. And I don't care if you're People's Movement or American Freedom Convoy or Billy's Carolina Convoy or you know what I mean, the Sassafras Sisters Convoy or whatever. I don't care what you are. Come on out. I love you. I need you guys. I know that we have Patriots coming this weekend, but we need you before, right? We need to continue to establish a presence. We need to take some more space legally, more parking spaces. And don't be afraid, right? Don't be afraid that something illegal is going to happen to you at the hands of the police. We think that the police are only targeting senior leaders with their illegal, unethical, and immoral behavior. All of it's been on camera, right? We've watched people do what? We've watched the police steal a vehicle without a warrant or authorization. We've watched them conduct a hit and run where they bump that vehicle into at least one truck, Brian's semi-truck, and flee the scene of a crime. We've watched 30 or 40 police officers refuse to help a woman laying in the road with a broken arm. The same woman whose son was wounded in action in Iraq when the enemy fired a grenade launcher into his face. He died in 2013, and this amazing patriot, this woman, Shelley, gifted me her son's truck. And what happened? It was stolen. Fourth Amendment rights. I've seen the police sleeping on this channel. I've said, oh wow, this guy's fast asleep. Right? And I videotaped it. I've said, oh wow, this guy's parked right in front of a fire hydrant, but he'll give you a ticket if you do it. This guy's parked in the middle of a crosswalk, so we can't, right, take this part of the block. Look, but you get a ticket if you do it. I'm telling you, when there were 40,000 people who have separate ideology from what we had, just a few blocks away at the White House, what was it? The 40,000, the Summer of Rage, the women's Summer of Rage or whatever, and you were right Antifa in that crowd. When they were coming towards us, all the police withdrew, and they left us wide open to attack instead of sitting on top of us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with more than 10 vehicles, let's call it, say more than 5, because it's been 5 to 15 vehicles, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's like I said to that chief when we were having our conversation, it's the Patriots who support the blue. We back the blue. If you guys treat the Patriots this way, no one is going to support the police. You're going to completely isolate yourselves, guys. So to the senior police brass and the Washington, D.C. Metro Police, I just respectfully encourage you to select policy alternatives which decrease the propensity for some kind of social frustration. Right? You have a lot of social power, and I feel what you're bringing against me. I feel you blackballing me. Right? I know that lieutenant who wouldn't give me his name and his badge number, I asked him 10 times, he refused to tell me. That's against the law too. And that sergeant are probably plotting, they're having beers together saying, how do we get this guy? Right? And then I have video of one of the white shirts going up to my vehicle and crouching down and then disappearing before 30 officers and a dog came over. Right? And a tow truck. So what was that officer doing? Why did he walk up by himself? Why did he crouch down there? Did he spray something out of an aerosol can? Did he squirt some water with some substance in it onto something? Is it possible? 100%. Is it likely? I don't know. But look at all the other ways that they've broken the law, and it's all on video. So if they would do all these other things, why wouldn't they also do this, right? I have no weapons in the car, no drugs, I have no explosives. I have nothing that a dog could have indicated on. So that's why I don't understand how a dog could have indicated. My truck wasn't even near where the fireworks were when we did the fireworks at Bunker Hill. Wasn't even near it, and there have been heavy rains since. So how could that come to happen? I heard that there was a Discord channel that picked up one of the live streamers there who hasn't been around a lot, but sort of in and out only recently. And apparently that woman said that she was the one who called the police on my truck. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what multiple messages to me have said. I don't know. So things that I need to look into, things that I need to do to make sure that I'm safe. All right, let me just check in with your chat real quick. Okay? Patriots, I need you to come right now. I need you to come to the mall right now. I really, really need you. We need you today. If you can't come today, come tonight. If you put this off any longer, the movement may not grow, and it'll be your fault. It'll be your fault at home, just sitting there saying, well, damn, what are they going to do tomorrow? You know what they're going to do? They're going to get in their trucks and their cars, and they're going to go to the mall. And you're like, oh, but it's going to suck to sleep in my car. And I'm like, yeah, Deploying to a war zone sucked too, but I did it for your freedom. What are you going to do for my freedom? What are we going to do for Big D's freedom? What are we going to all do together for our collective freedoms here in the United States? Patriot, absolutely, I'm returning to the movement. I'll be back soon. I'm just letting my attorney kind of square some things away. I know I have about 1,000 people in here, over 1,000 people. Thank you guys for being here. Please hit the like button or share or subscribe to this channel and let people know what's really going on in DC. We need every single patriot to stand up and get out here. We need every single patriot turn their volume down so we can't hear them, right? Every single patriot, because we sure don't want to implicate, right, the good patriots we might be talking to for the next stop or the 2 stops down, right? Yeah. My people are good. The people I'm here with are real good. Yeah, there are people who have associated themselves with the movement who want to see more drama than patriotism. I think you know who some of those people are. I was actually sent a link where one of those people made a shocking admission. And I've sent that over to our security team. They're evaluating it to make sure it's a real video, not like a deep fake video or whatever. And we're going to ensure that it's real before we release it. And the guy who I'm talking about knows who I'm talking about. We found it, buddy. We found your video. We heard you say it. So that's something we're going to talk about later. Right now, we're just keeping everybody safe. Remember, everything in the darkness will come to the light. No, not Agnes. You have to be strong, okay? Am I at a bird sanctuary? In a way. One second. God, please honor these patriots where they fell. Where they fell for our freedoms. Amen. I'm in a place that's quintessentially important. Sorry, I poked myself in the eye with my glasses. It's making them water a little bit, you know. I'm in a place that's quintessentially important to American history. Quintessentially important to why I chose to serve my country as a Marine. I'd already been serving my country doing, as a child, right, community service and Habitat for Humanity and things like that. That was a quintessential, not to use that too much. And if I'm using a big word, quintessential just means like the essence of, like the real awesome exampleness of. That's all that word means. So I'm sorry to use a big word, but this is a really important place in American history. This place is so important to me. It's why I joined the Marine Corps in many ways, to continue service. And I'm going to show you on the way out. On the way out, I'll show you, and then pop, I'm going to just take it off, and then we're on the road. And there are lots of ways we can go from here. And, we're on our way, not necessarily closer to DC, but we're going to a safer place. And I do look forward to coming back and being in DC with everybody. I need you there in my place now. If you can't stand up for me, I really need you to send me a message or something and tell me who you're going to send in your place. Think about it that way. Every patriot owes me 2 people. Every one of you patriots, you owe me 2 people to assemble peacefully for a redress of grievances in accordance with the Constitution of the United States of America, right? In a peaceful, respectful, non-violent way. No intention to overthrow the administration or the government at all. No, I do not want you to bring any kind of weapons. I do not want you under any circumstances to go into any building or federal building or property. We do not want that. All I want is a bunch of patriots with a bunch of flags playing country music and bluegrass and stuff. Bring your banjos. If you have to bring something, bring a fiddle. You know what I mean? And I want you to gather with me and peacefully assemble. And I want us to play music together. And I want us to sing songs. And I want us to eat some barbecue. And I want us to have cold Gatorades. What do you say, Patriot? I want us to have cold Gatorades and to assemble peacefully for freedom. And I need you with me to do it. And if you're not there, you owe me 2. You and one other person. And if you can't go, you better send me 2. And I need them now. You can't wait any longer. Every day you wait, you let them win. It lets them come at me again, or come at Santa again, or come at Raptor next. Thank God Raptor is safe. You guys have to keep Raptor insulated and safe and calm. And he has a great demeanor, and he has a lot of great experience with this. He's been doing this for, I think about a decade. He's been even longer. I think even his family was involved in something, so maybe even his whole life. but he's been starting and leading organizations like this for many years. And he's a calm, respectful, well-spoken fella, and I enjoy working with him. I really enjoy working with him, and we've been in touch as early or as recently as today. This afternoon today. Okay, so I'm not. It's probably what. I'm not sure exactly how long we've been on, exactly what time it is, but let's say within the last 3 hours, 2 hours, I've been in touch with the gentleman. Okay, so you guys need to support Raptor, but I need you on site. If you, right there, I see you. Say hi to your dog for me. Oh, it's a cute dog. Good. All right. Now that you said hello to the dog, I need you. I need you to send me two. Every Patriot owes me two. Okay. If you believe in this country and what this country can be and what this country was, this shining example of opportunity in the world, I need you folks. And this is a peaceful thing. Think Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. waving flags, picking banjos, sawing fiddles. That's all we want. Okay. Peaceful and nonviolent. Do not bring any kind of weapons. Don't even bring, fireworks or anything like that. Bring your megaphone. Bring your American flag. Bring a Marine Corps flag. Heck, you can even bring a Navy flag. Whatever you got, folks. Whatever flag you want. You want to bring a Trump flag? Bring it. You want to bring a Biden flag and stand up for freedom? Bring it. If it says something before it says the word Biden, that's fine too. Bring that. Right? It's your First Amendment right, folks. You can say whatever you want. You can vote for whoever you want. You're free. You want to get a vaccine? Great, go get it. If you don't want a vaccine, you should be free not to. And I know people now who don't want the vaccine, but they work at state-run facilities and they have to get COVID testing up in their brain every week. This is just to helps, support different state functions and things, right? Military, law enforcement. Hell, and see how I still stand up for law enforcement? I'm still standing up for you guys. Even how you've treated some of us, I'm standing up for you. You shouldn't be forced to take a vaccine if you don't want to, but if you want one, that's great. You should be free to do that, right? It's about freedom in the United States. If this is a free country, allow me to be free to make medical decisions for myself. I should be free to be able to make decisions for myself. And again, we're not going to get violent about this. This is peaceful. We're going to use our words like the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're going to wave American flags. We're going to stand together as veterans and as citizens, and we're going to make our voices heard. Okay? Teachers. I'm a teacher, right? And I could have lost my job over the vaccine. I had an exemption in the places where I needed exemptions. Teachers, healthcare providers. Look how many nurses have quit in the last 6 months. Tens of thousands of nurses have just quit their jobs and said, screw you. This is ridiculous. You're not even reporting the truth. I don't know how Anthony Fauci looks in the mirror. His house does not have any mirrors. How can you live a life of integrity? Anyway, I'm not going to get into all of that. What I am going to say is he should be fired. Okay? He should be fired right away. We should be free in America to make a choice. We're no longer free. You watch my Fourth Amendment rights be violated on the streets. Santa's Fourth Amendment rights violated on the streets. Okay? And if you don't stand up right now and stand tall for freedom, then it will be your fault that the movement fails, because we have all been on the field, right? I was the first one on the field. The first one on the field, all right? I conducted the recon. We brought the team in. We parked legally. We paid the meters. It never said no trucks anywhere, and they forced us to leave saying it said no trucks. So I walked the whole block on the video, and nowhere did it say no trucks, anywhere. So the police in D.C. will make up rules, and they'll do whatever they want to take advantage of you. I get that. But if enough of us show up and say, no, you won't, how dare you? No, you won't, then they won't. So we have to be firm in our resolve. We must be strong in our resolve. And we have to stand tall, shoulder to shoulder, and be proud of who we are as Americans and who we can be together as a country. I need you, folks. I need you to come out now. If you don't come out now, it'll be your fault that we fail. You, at home, with your dog and your cat, right? You're like, oh, well, I have to feed my animals or whatever. You have a neighbor. If you have animals, you have a farm. If you have a farm, you have neighbors. If you have farming neighbors, you have buddies. right? And you treat each other well. So we're going to get ready to go on the move here in just a minute. We're going to go look at some of the other areas. Got the security team up in front of me. So we're just going to come on up and we're going to look at this place that I told you about. It's quintessential to the history of the United States. Who remembers what quintessential means? Put it in the chat. Today's lesson is brought to you by the word quintessential. What does quintessential mean? Put it in the chat. Now I'm relaxing and I'm recharging, but I'm helping to get Patriot sound. And again, I want you to listen to some of the speeches of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about peaceful, nonviolent patriots waving flags saying we demand our freedoms back, and it's inappropriate to continue to erode our freedoms at such a rapid rate. All right, everybody be cool. Can't talk here. I gotta mute you guys. Hang on.
We have no stoplight. Our high school graduates, about 20 kids. The fire department is a block from Snyder's store. And he runs a block up the road, answers the phone call from 911 responders, gets out to the truck. There's 5 guys already waiting for him. They're going to drive out through Lambertville, Buckstown, and then there's a dirt road. At that time, it parallels the tree line. You look into the tree line, you can see the roofs of several seasonal cabins or pavilions. They're out here in just 8 to 10 15 feet deep, 30 feet round, and pieces just littering this field. The smell of jet fuel so intoxicating that 21 years later, that's the first thing that first responders, whether here, New York, or the Pentagon, will say. And the investigation is going to start here, focusing in that crater. Not in New York, not at the Pentagon. The fire companies will start putting out that fire, and within 45 minutes, we have the state police arriving on site. An ATM bank card is found was laying against one of those hemlock trees. And that ATM bank card belonged to Ziad Sheriff. He's the hijacking pilot of Flight 93, purchased the tickets for the hijackers to board the plane that day, and would start the investigation of who backed Al Qaeda and financed these terrorist attacks. So that investigation starting out here, investigators are going to pour in from all around the country. We have 70 different agencies, 1,500 individuals, and they're going to start digging down, focusing to find the two black boxes. There's the cockpit voice recorder, flight data recorder. Anyone know what color black boxes are? Right, orange. Red, so you can see them. They're kept in the tail of the plane. The first black box is not found for 2 days, 15 feet down inside of that crater. The second black box is found 25 feet down, so another 10 feet below the first one. And pieces of that aircraft will continue to be found up to 35 feet down inside that crater, digging a total of 40 feet. That crater is almost tripled in size. It's 40 feet deep, 85 feet wide, 85 feet long by the time the investigation is complete out here. In just 13 days, the largest FBI field investigation is going to recover more evidence than both the Pentagon and the Twin Towers combined. They're going to recover 15 different knife blades belonging to not just the hijackers, because don't forget, in 2001, anyone can fly with a pocket knife in their pocket. They're going to recover the red bandanas that Sandy Bradshaw and Jeremy Glick mentioned in their phone calls the hijackers put on before they stormed the cockpit door. They recover the ATM bank card, travel visa for one of the hijackers, a driver's license, and perhaps one of the most crucial pieces of evidence, the last night, an Arabic written document which was the hijackers' to-do list, listed everything that they were to do that day and ties it all together. So in just 13 days, they find all of that. They'll find about 90% of Flight 93 physically inside the ground, weighing an FG-757, all recovered here. They recover most of Flight 93, and then also enough DNA to identify every single person. This is the only September 11th site that every single person is identified with. There is a large percentage in New York, 40%, remains unidentified today, and in Washington, D.C., 5 people remain unidentified at the Pentagon. But out here, the families have that closure. When the site is taken over by the county coroner, he fills that crater back in by October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Wildflowers are planted throughout this meadow out of respect for the families, those aboard Flight 93. And it was an FBI investigation, so they're required to return the site to how it looked. Temporary memorials start popping up almost everywhere. And they culminate in the middle of this field where you see those 2 black signs with a chain link fence erected. And for 10 years, that chain link fence was the memorial here. A group of community members came together. They called themselves the ambassadors of Flight The tower is a 9-foot tall musical instrument. It opened in September of 2018. Chimes were installed until 2020. It has 40 wind chimes, one for each person aboard Flight 93, 40 unique and individual wind chimes, symbolic of 40 unique and individual people who that morning truly changed history when they made a few phone calls and decided that they were going to do something, not allowing this plane to hit its intended target. And those wind chimes will forever echo their voices through the memorial. I want to thank you so much for letting me tell you a small piece of this story.
You have to stand up too, every one of you.
By the hour. So I always have to make sure I get it all in there. And I hope that you're able to take a small piece of this and just tell even one person and tell them to come out here and visit the memorial. So thank you guys.
You heard it here, folks. Just like those patriots stood up. Every one of you needs to stand up in your own way in a respectful and peaceful manner. All right. Look to Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As an example. Right. Use your words, use discourse to peacefully assemble and communicate your grievances. Right. The Constitution of the United States of America provides for that. All right. It's an incredible document which has established our constitutional republic. And we do vote, but it's a constitutional republic. And that's what we stand for. You shouldn't allow your First Amendment rights to be trampled on. I'm facing this way. Awesome. Yeah, 100% you are. All right, cool. I'm facing out this way, and let's hit it. Visionaries, I'm on it. Where's that very nice lady? She was awesome. All right, let's roll. Yeah. All right, visionaries, you've seen it here. I wanted to bring you all to show you this incredible sight. All right, this incredible sight. And just like these Americans stood up, right? They had the bravery, the intestinal fortitude, the tenacity to save you. You need to stand up for your other Americans right now. Okay, every one of you needs to stand up. All right, the Patriots on this flight, they laid down, they stood up and laid down their lives for you. What have you done for other Patriots? All right, I respectfully encourage you to find a way to serve in your community or in your nation. Look, Patriots, does anyone remember this? This is why I joined the Marine Corps. This is why I continue to serve. American freedoms are under attack as they are today, just as they were then. Right? Our freedoms are under attack, Patriots. You need to stand up peacefully and non-violently. You need to find a way to accomplish policy change with me. And if you don't show up, it's your fault. All right? If we're not successful, it's your fault for not showing up, Patriots. We need every one of you. And again, I want you to be peaceful and non-violent and respectful. Look to Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Look to the sit-ins. All right, think about this like a sit-in, okay? Yep, here's the ranger right here. He came over and I gave him a big old wave. Now I'm gonna go back to one of the trucks that we're here with and I'm gonna roll on out of here. So when you're riding in a semi-truck, nobody knows who's in the back. You know what I mean? You can stay at any truck stop. It's real easy to stay safe. But I don't want to give away too much information about the folks who are helping me out. You know what I mean? All right. Sylvia, I saw what you said about your family members, Sylvia. And we have some stuff to talk about, all right? Stand up, Americans. Stand up for your freedom. If you don't, nobody else will. These patriots laid down their lives for your freedoms, and you're sitting on your couch watching your freedoms be eroded. You're watching Big D in jail. You're watching Santa go through this process. You're watching my property be stolen, that Marine's truck and casket flag stolen. Where are you, patriots? Get up, stand up, and let's roll for freedom.